Khan intersection Kane, Thailand. A small brown and white dog waited, day after day, for something that seemed to never come. His eyes, full of hope and sadness, told a story that moved an entire city. This is Max, an extraordinary example of canine loyalty and the transformative force of human love. Discover Max's incredible journey and the people who changed his life forever. As time passed, Max began to show signs of deterioration. He became increasingly thin and weak, and seemed to suffer from a skin disease that caused him to lose fur. The plight of the poor dog touched many residents of the region. Among these people was a woman named Mai, who observed Max's increasing suffering and decided she needed to act. Mai was a kind and compassionate woman known for her love of animals. Seeing Max in that state, her heart broke. Mai couldn't bear to see Max slowly dying. One day, on her way to work, she found Max at the intersection, barely able to stand. With a heavy heart, she took courage and took him home. At her home, Mai took care of Max's skin, washing him with a special shampoo and combing his fur. She gave him a comfortable place to rest and made sure he had quality food. This dedicated care began to show results quickly. Soon, Max began to show signs of improvement. His skin began to heal, and he gained weight. He was clearly feeling better, and a strong bond began to form between him and Mai. Max followed Mai everywhere, showing his gratitude clearly and affectionately. However, one day, when Mai returned home, Max was missing. Desperate, she looked for him and remembered the intersection where she had first met him. Rushing there, she found him in exactly the same place. Mai began to notice that Max always returned to the intersection, regardless of how many times she took him home. After reflection, she concluded that Max was waiting for his family. Perhaps he had gotten lost at that intersection, or even been abandoned intentionally. It broke his heart to think of Max waiting hopefully for the return of his family, who apparently would not return to him. This realization brought a new layer of sadness to the situation, but also a determination to help Max in the best way possible. Mai decided to respect Max's wishes to remain at the intersection. She continued to care for him, bringing him food and water daily and making sure he was comfortable. Even with all the difficulties, she was determined to do what she could to alleviate Max's suffering. Mai's commitment to Max did not go unnoticed by the community. Many residents began to help, offering food and even taking care of Max in his absence. The relationship between Mai and Max became an example of compassion and unconditional love. The dog, who was once on the verge of death, now had a new chance at life, thanks to Mai's care and love. Max's story deeply touched everyone who heard it, creating a network of support around him. Even with uncertainty about the fate of his original family, Max found a new family in the community that cared for him. Max, however, continued to return to the intersection, demonstrating impressive loyalty. His determination to wait for his family was something that touched the hearts of everyone who saw him. Mai, although sad to see Max in that state, respected his decision. She understood that for Max, the intersection represented something more than just a place. It was a symbol of hope and lost love. And so, every day, Mai and the community continued to care for Max, making sure he didn't go hungry or cold. For 4 long years, Max remained at the intersection, faithfully waiting for his family. The situation moved another helpful woman named Lynn, who saw Max's story on social media. Lynn was an animal rights activist and often used social media to raise awareness about animals in need. Upon learning Max's story, she was deeply touched and decided she needed to do something to help him. Lynn had many photos of Max and decided to use them to raise awareness about him. She wrote an emotional post about the sad dog who lived on the streets, waiting for his family. Lynn's post quickly went viral, touching the hearts of many people around the world. The images of Max, sitting at the intersection, with a look of hope and sadness, resonated with many people. His story was shared thousands of times, and many people began following Lynn for updates on Max. Among these people was a 64-year-old woman named Pen from Roy Et Province. Pen was shocked to see photos of Max as he looked so much like her dog Bon Bon, who she had lost 4 years earlier. While traveling with her husband, Bon Bon ran away and never returned. After days of fruitless searches, Pen and his family had to accept the loss of Bon Bon, although they always maintained hope of finding him again. The pain of losing Bon Bon was immense, and the sight of Max brought back all those emotions. Upon seeing Max's photos, Pen was sure he was Bon Bon. He contacted Lynn and showed her photos of Bon Bon. Lynn agreed that Max and Bon Bon were the same dog, so they arranged for Pen and her family to visit Max. On the day of the reunion, Mai and Lynn were already at the intersection with Max. When Pen and her family arrived and called the dog, he immediately recognized his old family and ran towards them, shaking his entire body in an explosion of happiness. However, something unexpected happened. When the family tried to take Max home, he refused to go. He remained by Mai's side, clearly showing his decision to stay with the woman who had taken care of him for the past 4 years. Pen's family respected Max's decision and let him stay with Mai. Now, Pen and her family visit Mai and Max regularly and even offer to cover his veterinary expenses. Max, or Bon Bon, has finally found peace and happiness living with Mai, the woman he chose. Her story is a powerful testament to loyalty, love, and human kindness, reminding us of the deep connection that can exist between humans and animals. Max's decision to stay with Mai, even after reuniting with his original family, shows that the love and care received during the years of waiting created an unbreakable bond. Pen's family, although sad about not taking Bon Bon back, was happy to see him well cared for and loved. They continued to support Mai and Max in every way possible, ensuring he had a happy and healthy life. Max's story not only brought people together around a common cause, but also highlighted the importance of compassion and unconditional love. She showed that even in times of difficulty, kindness can prevail and create new opportunities for happiness. In conclusion, Max's story, or Bon Bon, is a lesson in perseverance, love, and the strength of the bonds we form. Max's final decision to stay with Mai, the woman who dedicated 4 years of her life to caring for him, is proof that true love transcends all difficulties. Max found his place in the world, and through his journey, touched the hearts of many, inspiring acts of kindness and empathy around the world.